Hey everybody, welcome to AI DIY. I'm your host Matt. The website is aidiy.tech, and if you're looking to enhance your lyrics for your AI music and you want a little bit of a nudge, go ahead and stay tuned to what I have here. Cool, welcome back. Now, firstly, just a little bit of humility. One of the common themes I see on all the socials and, all the chats and all that is people that are very proud of the fact that they don't use AI to write their music. It's very important to them, to you out there that do that, and that's fantastic. I just want to caution against moving past the feeling of being proud and the connection and moving over towards putting people down who do lean on ChatGPT and other sort of AI platforms to get started or to enhance or assist or even just fully use ChatGPT. I sort of caution you on going down that way. In my feeling, there's people that achieve a lot more than I do or a lot less. I don't look at that, has no impact on my achievement. People writing lyrics, they enjoy what they get out of it. It has no impact on me. So I kind of hope that the AI music community, and that way, yeah, definitely be proud. That's awesome. You have a connection to your lyrics, but don't take away what other people have on their connections on however it is that they put their music together. Now, I feel very strongly about this, and it's basically a deep connection that I have in my DNA or whatever you want to call it, is I don't like people putting people down who are new at things and having a go. Over in Australia, like I decided I didn't have a lot of people that were my friends or close enough. I wanted to make friends. I'd only been here for a couple of years. So I went out, I started playing baseball in a clubs at a low level team, and I was no good. I was missing easy catches. I was really nervous. Stuff was going between my legs. I was falling down, and people basically really let me know about that and made me feel awful. And I decided, no, I'm not going to stay that way. I'm going to push, get better. And over the years, and I was playing in some, I've done pretty well, but I've always very much felt, it's just stayed with me, that don't ever make anybody that's starting out in something feel bad about what they're doing. And I just want to tie it back in. Using ChatGPT to be creative doesn't mean you're not creative. It might just be that you're very musical, but you're not lyrical and you want to do your own thing. It could just be that you're new to this, you find a passion for it, and you want to do that. I see it as a stepping stone, or however you want to use it, that's up to you. And again, it doesn't take away from anybody else. And that takes me to the point that AI and ChatGPT is an absolute game changer. I have never been a singer-songwriter. Well, I used to sing back in high school. I was in rock bands and stuff like that. But like the idea of writing songs and putting it to something never crossed my mind. Like I'd write some poems or something for fun or limericks or whatever, but I never thought of putting it to music. And it just seemed so grand and big that I could never sort of do it. But I started with, I want to say, I think I started with Udio, and I just said, make me a song, and make me a rock song, or I think it was like a Simon and Garfunkel song or something like that. And it did it. And at the time, I thought it was the most amazing piece of something that I ever did. And then I figured out how to distribute that, and it was amazing. 4 or 5 times of that, and it becomes boring, and you'll want to do something else. So you'll go to ChatGPT and say, okay, write me a song, and then you'll put it into Suno, say rock music or whatever you want to do, and then you have that song. People at that level, I guess, are the ones that are having the most shots taken at them. But that's a level. I haven't stayed at that level. And if you do stay at that level, again, it doesn't impact anybody else. That's the level you want. Go for it. But I'm here to sort of say a few words on the way I've sort of progressed a little bit forward beyond that. And I've got plenty more to go. But if you want to take that next step, I've gone from completely ChatGPT to ChatGPT hybrid modifying and with intent. And I'll just go through that and how you can sort of take that next level as well. Okay. Now, again, the people who are sort of critical of it, I think their belief is that you say, hey, ChatGPT, make me a song, and then you take that song and you throw it over to Suno, and it gives you the song, and you go, oh, I'm happy with that. And you, like I said, you might start off that way, but the next step of that is to say, hey, ChatGPT, I want to make a song. It's going to be an emotional song. It's going to be about this particular topic. And here's 15 life experiences that I want you to tie into that to make that song. And the more specific you can give it, that is going to make you a better song. And that was the next step that I sort of took. And if you're going from one to the that's the next thing you do. Specific examples and go into ChatGPT and you'll get your song. And obviously you're going to work through it at some point as well. Okay, so the next thing, I just want to borrow from my buddy David over at Flare Radio, who actually wrote an article about this. Now, he talked a little bit about filler words, which I didn't immediately understand filler words and how that can impact a song. And it's as you work through it, you'll start to feel it, right? He knows it when he sees it. His song was about women who, feel a certain way when they get called ma'am, right? And he wrote a song about it. But here's a line that he wrote in on his blog about that song. So the first line, the line that was written by ChatGPT, sweats on, ponytail, just grabbing some bread. Two screaming kids still stuck in my head. Now he rewrote the second line as well, but I'm just going to concentrate on the first one, which is the filler word, which is just. There's no reason for that word just to be in there, and he took it out. And I, even at this point, don't necessarily always recognize when filler words are being used. My suggestion, when you're at this point, take the song, drop it into Suno, and listen to the song over and over and over again before you sort of say, oh, make it again, make it again, make it again. Listen to the song. It's a good way to hear if the lyrics sound clumsy, if there's extra words in there. Just listen to it instead of just trying to revise and rise. I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way it sounds. Use these first few credits to really filter out those filler words and see how the words flow, because it becomes obvious after you do it for a while. Okay, the last point I want to touch on, I don't like the idea of people getting 800 concepts. Like, even like you're starting off on a job, here's 800 things you've never seen before. Okay, by tomorrow I need you to be able to do all that. That's I'm sure I'll do plenty more videos as I get better at writing lyrics, and there's other resources as well. But I'm just showing you the method that I've gone through, say, in the 8 months that I've been doing this AI music stuff, and I've been developing and pushing my, comfort zone or comfort levels through it and trying to make improvements. And I'm happy, and I want to pass this on to you. But lyric making and all that stuff and music making is very personal for every person. So don't take my advice with a grain of salt. Listen to it, but just be aware that your process might be your process as well. This was mine. So I'm finding that a lot of song submissions that I get, and I've spoken to David and Rob over at Flare Radio, and they're finding this genre comes up quite often, which is despair and sadness and personal loss and things like that. And that's good. You want to express how you feel about things. Like, music's all about passion and a connection to something. But when you do it, remember you're trying to appeal or target feelings from other people. So have an idea of what in marketing they call an avatar, right? They say if you're trying to catch everybody, you're going to catch nobody. Like, you need to have a really specific, what they call avatar, in mind, who you write for. So when you think of an avatar, you think of the person's gender, the person's name, the type of house they live in, whether they live in a city, a small town, well, maybe the exact city they live in. It might be some music that's really specific for Boston, which there definitely is. I think I've written a song, I have, about, people in Boston. Now, I want to draw on, for this example, and I'm not here to promote my own music, but I just want to show an example of a song that I wrote, right? It was Heat Up Kavik, a musical tribute to Sue Aikens. It was based on the TV series Life Below Zero. Now, I don't like to give away the answers. I like to have fun. It's very satirical, so I don't like to be direct when I do it. But I also wanted to write this song for people who love the show. And anybody I've ever spoken to about this show, they always mention Sue and how much they love Sue. So I wanted to write a song in that note about how much I love Sue, but it was kind of a love song, sort of stalking Sue about that. But it was very much a love thing. If you want, you can check it out. I'll leave a link down below and you can sort of check it out. But I'll go through some of the lyrics I did, right? So the connection to the people was, in the show, she constantly talks about having to defend her camp from bear attacks and how she's the only person that she can rely on. And I wanted to sneak in there that maybe you can rely on me and all that. So I'll just read some of these lyrics. You're keeping watch on bears, guarding your camp. But baby, with me here, we'll light the lamp. You say the only person who can get through to you is you, but I'll bring the heat and we'll make it too. Right? And Sue actually found this song and left a lovely comment on it. I thought that was fantastic. And that's my only brush with a celebrity, I suppose. But the idea is it's not a real love song, it's a satirical song. My audience is people that like to have a good laugh. Drill down, it's specifically people who like the show, and if you like the show, you like Sue Aikens. And I was writing for those people. I don't want to run up to Alaska and make sweet love to Sue, but it was a fun song, and it was about that very much respect and loving of that Sue character. Okay, I just want to do a quick summary of the takeaways. ChatGPT is there for you. My belief is a lot of these people actually that bag ChatGPT in songwriting will probably lean on it a little bit. They certainly, songwriters and musicians certainly rely on AI for different things, making album covers, writing blogs, building their website, getting code snippets, whatever. It always just seems to be a bad thing when it's, their art that people sort of borrow from, but not so much from other people's art or other sort of means. But regardless of that, there's no shame in starting out taking your lyrics from ChatGPT, putting your thoughts in, and making a song. We all start somewhere. We should all be supporting each other, especially in this new community. If we don't support each other, the community's going nowhere. Ignore the trolls, support each other, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.